Hey everyone, Creeper here, and today we are looking at this video of this man basically just making fun of Star Wars theory for liking Star Wars. Let's get into that. So this video made me so mad that I instantly knew that I wanted to cover this. I want to give a big thanks to Spooda Jedi for sending this to me. His link will be in the description because without him I would not be able to make this video. And also he's going to be making his own video on the subject, so look out for that.
Star Wars theory is a Disney shill. Recently, I called out Star Wars theory for being a crybaby.
So, right off the bat, you might be wondering, well, is that like a series he does, Disney Shills? Like, is that a series he does? This is like episode 27, so is that like a series of Disney Shills? No. He's made 30 videos about Star Wars theory. And they only go back 10 months. What? That is way too many for a human possibly to do. I've done like 8 videos on Miles FN, but on the period of like 6 months, but that's only 8. 30 videos? That's so ridiculously high.
And that is 100% accurate. Star Wars theory is a crybaby. A couple episodes ago, when they revealed the backstory of Baby Yoda, who was actually Grogu, Star Wars theory started to cry. To me, it looked fake. He touched his eyes and started tearing up over a scene that wasn't emotional. It still looks a little fake, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that such a non-emotional scene got him to cry like a little bitch. I say that because if you saw his reaction to the latest episode of The Mandalorian, the one where Luke Skywalker returns, Star Wars theory was having a Star Wars meltdown.
You understand that people can get emotionally invested into stories and stuff like that. That happens all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Did I kind of cry when I saw Luke Skywalker? Yes, because Luke Skywalker is amazing, and having him back without being bearded is so amazing to me. And I have no problem with people crying over it because that's a completely normal reaction. Especially since, I don't know, he's a Star Wars channel, so of course he's going to be emotionally invested into Star Wars. Like, just think about that. Think that through for a second.
Don't give me hope, bro. Please don't. Don't. Please don't.
Luke, be a Jedi tonight. Just be a Jedi tonight. Do it for Yoda while we serve our guests a soda. And do it for Chewie and the Ewoks.
Luke, be a Jedi tonight.
After seeing that, you realize that he's not faking. Star Wars theory is just completely fucking insane.
No, when I see that, I see a man who's just been emotionally invested into a show and he thought that was like beautiful and really moving. I have no problem with this. Let me guess, you're that kind of person who doesn't like men to show their feelings, because that you sound like that kind of person judged by your rhetoric in this video.
I mean, look at this guy. This is Disney Star Wars. I'll give it to him that this episode was emotional.
Wait, so you're gonna tell him that it's emotional, but you're making fun of him for crying? That doesn't make any sense. Think that through for a second. You're not making any sense. You just want to complain about a bigger YouTuber to get clout off of him. I don't usually like to use the term clout chasing, but that's exactly what you're doing here. Now, I hate the fact that he says Disney Star Wars we're talking about. The Mandalorian is very different in tone and just style and being better than the sequel trilogy. And I like the sequel trilogy. I'm sorry, guys. I do. I enjoy it. Is it as good as the prequels or original trilogy? No, but I still enjoy it. I think it gets too much hate. Some hate is deserved, but there's way too much hate. And there's no reason to put Disney Star Wars other than make it sound bad. Literally, it's a good show. The Mandalorian's a good show.
I'm not ripping on him for crying during this episode.
Yes, you are.
This was the most emotional episode of The Mandalorian possibly ever in Star Wars, just based on how it was directed and how they brought back Luke Skywalker.
Then why are you making fun of him and trying to make him feel bad for crying? You're saying it's emotional and it's not okay for him to cry? That logic doesn't make any sense. Just think about your logic for 2 minutes, please. Not even 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Just think about that.
But this guy is fucking insane. Look at him. No wonder he was made fun of as a kid for liking Star Wars. I just saw the end of Return of the Jedi and it was so... He's crying his eyes out, and then the kids are probably like, you're weird. And he's like, no, I'm not. I just love Luke Skywalker so much.
Oh, no. So you're just a bad person.
This is not a normal human being. You gotta wonder, does he have bodies in his crawl space somewhere? Is this guy Dexter Morgan? What is wrong with him?
He got emotional during a scene in Star Wars. He must be a crazy murderer. My reasoning, peanuts.
Why does Disney Star Wars trigger such an emotional response? Look at this guy. He's 30 years old and he's bawling over Star Wars. And not just regular Star Wars, Disney Star Wars.
Who cares if it's Disney Star Wars? The Mandalorian's one of the best pieces of Star Wars media we've got in a long time. Probably since Revenge of the Sith. So cut him a break for once.
Again, it was an emotional episode, but it bothers me because this guy knows Star Wars. He recognizes what's good Star Wars and what's bad Star Wars.
Exactly. Which is why he likes The Mandalorian. Because it's good Star Wars.
And he knowingly pushed bad Star Wars on his channel, making up bullshit theories and really praising the sequel trilogy.
Say it with me now. Opinion.
And refused to call for a sequel trilogy retcon.
Okay, I want to take this time to talk about the retconning of the sequel trilogy. I personally am of the opinion that they should not retcon it. But hear me out. Not that they're... Because they worked themselves into a corner. Let's all be honest. They did. So, what I believe they should do is do a multiverse. That's it. That's what I think. That's what I think they should do.
That's because he's a Disney shill. So Star Wars theory is insane. In this episode, when there's actually good Star Wars, we get Luke Skywalker kicking ass. Finally, he's crying his fucking eyes out.
I like how you're talking about how it's such a good episode and how you make fun of him for crying over it. He's just really happy. It's okay to be emotional over a show. I have no problem with it, unlike you.
He couldn't control his emotions.
I do not care. As long as he doesn't hurt anyone, I don't care. He could cry over a show if he wants to.
And my question is, where was these emotions when you were watching bullshit Star Wars for the past 5 years? Star Wars emotionally affects him very easily. Where was his anger? Why wasn't he furious when Disney was fucking up this brand for the last 5 years?
Oh, I don't know. Here, let me give you a little Star Wars theory. He just enjoys it so he doesn't get angry. That's it. Let him have his own opinion. Gosh dang it.
He was on his channel pumping their bullshit sequel trilogy. That's what he was doing. I've said it before, I don't know if he takes direct payments from Disney, but whether it's directly or indirectly, he makes more money for himself and Disney by pushing their shit-ass sequel trilogy on his channel and lying about liking it. He also has refused to call for a sequel trilogy retcon. That makes him a Disney shill. Like I said in my last video, everyone can be happy about this. Star Wars is in a better position than it was yesterday. But at the end of the day, you have the giant piece of shit sequel trilogy that needs to be destroyed. I don't care what they bring to Disney Plus, if the sequel trilogy is not retcon, Star Wars can never be fixed. Become a knight, subscribe to the channel.
Let people have their own opinions. It's as simple as that. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's literally it. I don't care if you want to retcon the sequel trilogy. That's your choice. That is your opinion. But you can't go get mad at someone because they don't want to. You are just being a jerk. That's it. That's all you're doing. You're bringing nothing to the table, and all you're doing is complaining and getting clout off a larger creator. Go sit in your hole and go cry yourself to sleep. Just do that for us all. So Spooder Jedi talked about how Luke got him cancer, and he said he never had cancer, and he's just crying and whining. And he literally just is such a whiny baby. And then he says, "You're just triggered. Get loaned, SJW." I hate that word so much. It's been overused so often. And literally everyone just uses it when someone just gets mad for a reasonable reason. Then he says that he's pretending to like the sequels, or maybe just does like them. I'm of the opinion that I honestly really like the episode 7. I think episode 9 is okay. And episode 8, no, that's just bad. And then he says, "You're not a true Star Wars fan." No, you're a disgrace to the Star Wars community. That's what you are. You're a stain that must be cleansed, because there's no room for non-tolerance in the Star Wars community. No, get out of here, little stupid kid. Also, I thought this was a really good comment, basically talking about how it's a complete paradox how you say it, making fun of him for just crying, and then go back and say it's an emotional scene. Like, you're just making fun of him for crying during an emotional scene. Like, what the heck? Like, literally, what the heck? Don't harass anyone that was mentioned in this video. I got a little mad because I hate just telling men that you can't show your emotions. I hate that. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Creeper out.
Socialism is when the government does stuff. And it's more socialism the more stuff it does. And if it does a real lot of stuff, it's communism.